guys, OG Merpay, here with you. We are going to play some Lost Mine of Fandelver, and because the Dragon of Icespire Peak is run almost entirely off of a job board, we put this job board in this adventure, and we get twice the content for the same amount of, well, twice the fun, actually. So we are in some Mines of Fandelver content right now, the Redbrand Hideout specifically. That has been largely cleared at this point, and our adventurers are uh, pretty much at the points where they're going to be debating what to do next. So let's just get right to it, talk to them, see what their lives are like right now. Let's see what's up.
Gosh, let them.
What up?
So,
I'm back.
so
Nugget.
Nugget.
Nugget and
Uh,
Nibble.
and Nibbles. Who has the nugget of wisdom for us that is our recap?
Andreas, do you want me to go or do you want to go?
I mean, you got it better than
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can remember.
Okay.
you already got it down.
Okay, so from what I remember, Bronze, Pabu, and Faye, they're in this kind of like the Redbrand Hideout. The family that was originally we had in the jail cell to try to keep them away from everything. Pabu and Bronze went through, got them out while Faye explored. There's a very weird scent of decay and a booty hole up in this whole cavernous area.
Yeah,
There were some rolls that were not high enough, but tingles down the back, that kind of thing. Something's weird. We explored some rooms, and then we found the one in the corner that is in flames at the moment. There were some bugbears in there. We were able to lie and pretend
There
that we were like
were.
red band. Yeah,
Were past
emphasis
tense.
emphasis on the were, but we were able to lie and be like, oh yeah, we're red brands. Something's going on. They didn't leave the room. They were fucking around with some little tiny twink goblin situation, and we had a really good plan. Shoot a bottle of beer in there and light it on fire. We tested it before we did it. Didn't work. Dave did the nice DM thing and let us roll, and we found some liquor in the back, a tinier kind of barrel, but still.
Yeah.
Pabu kind of yeeted it into the room. Bronze blessed the arrow. Faye shot it, and the room went on fire. We then killed the bugbears. Bronze had a player moment of guiltiness and tried to save Mr. McCrispy, aka Tiny Goblin, and his little charred bacon bit remain was taken out.
Could not be saved.
Did not make sense for the character, but led to a very hilarious moment as you're carrying around a disintegrated bacon bit. And I think that was it. I think that's where we ended off on, was like Bronze in the hall holding the dead body of Krispy Kreme.
You guys were, out of combat for the first time in, a good chunk of the session as you were kind of like working your way through these rooms and, like you were saying, fighting bugbears, and there were some orcs before that, or ruffians before that. And so, yeah, you guys find yourself in a room which can be described as several wooden tables and chairs are scattered about this large room, or at least there were prior to your battle, because now those wooden chairs and that table's just splinters. Those chairs have been like strewn about. There's like corpses sitting in pools of their own blood here, of the red cloaked ruffians who you have been encountering as you've gone through this space, and yeah, you guys, as you mentioned, you found some bugbears who you had some short interactions with that were giving a goblin a hard time before just setting the entire room on fire, bugbears included, and then, cutting them down upon them exiting. And now you are here in this room. What would you guys like to do?
I just have a question. How crispy is that little goblin? Is he Ashes? Is he like Ashes crispy, or?
No, but he's like you can tell where the arms and legs were and where the head was, but there are no defining features. The fingers and toes are all missing because they crisped up and burned off.
Is Bronze still holding it?
He is holding it, and like after a second, it's confirmed dead. It's crispy. He's just gonna drop it on the ground.
Not even gonna try it.
Does Pabu ask?
No.
If he asked, Bronze might have tried. But he's gonna drop it down. You're gonna hear like a little crunch and like crisp as it like falls.
And it like breaks in 3 or 4 different places when it hits the ground.
Yeah, like the bottom log in a fire when the whole thing settles.
Yep.
Yeah. With that, Faye is gonna kind of walk behind Bronze and just gently just pat on his shoulder as she walks around him to go up the staircase.
Bronze just like, I don't even know why I did that. I hate goblins. But this one just looks so pathetic. I couldn't help it. And then he's just gonna follow behind Faye.
Okay, so
Faye's gonna look back and just say, "You little men and your big hearts."
Aww.
Just keep walking.
I really wish I made this character a little bit more of an asshole, because I've got a great line to that, but it's not good for the character.
You can say it just like, and for like.
It's not the only thing that's big, honey. But that's not Papu.
Oh, that makes me think of the fucking line where it's like a guy's carrying a giant sword. Oh, is that making up for something? No, it's a counter.
That's good.
Pabu, I'm assuming you're following these two up and out?
Oh, yeah, sorry, I didn't see them. They moved.
That's because I just moved them, but they were talking about moving, so.
Oh, God.
Oof.
I'm trying so hard not to metagame right now. Did Pabu Pabu had to make a check in this hallway, right?
I don't know if it was this hallway. Somebody made a check in this hallway at one point.
That was Bronze.
That was Bronze.
Pabu did, yeah. You had to do the one, the hair.
Yeah, because I had to open the door.
Yeah, it was you. Yeah, you had that like the roll, the DC roll or something.
Yeah. So I remember I passed it. After passing it, would I have noticed that something was trying to do something?
No, I think I described it like I said as the hair standing up on the back of your neck.
Got
you're
it.
having like an unsettled feeling.
Okay, well, I guess with an unsettled feeling, I will follow, but I would like to make a perception check.
Okay, sounds good. Before any of that gets there, Feyroth.
Oh, yes.
I need you to make a charisma saving throw, please.
That's just D20 plus the charisma modifier or minus, right?
That's right.
Correct.
Okay, just double checking. Okay. Oh, actually good for once. Then -1, so 17.
17.
I was for that one.
You have you have a feeling of, like people talk about having eyes in the back of their head and being able to like tell if you're being watched. You don't. You succeed on your check, and whatever the force, the influence was, you don't succumb to it, but you're not sure what it was, and you just feel like you feel the feeling of eyes on you.
Faye's gonna, how like before cars had seatbelts, like the parent would do the arm out thing.
Yeah.
Faye's just gonna kind of put one of her arms out to block, Bronze and Pabu, and it's just gonna go, and you see her like deer kind of like ears start twitching a bit too much.
Metaphorical deer ears, or do you actually have deer ears?
She has, if you look closely at the photo, she has deer ears. But yeah,
dearest ears.
Yeah, like as you see him kind of twitch, and then she just kind of looks back and goes, "Do you feel that?"
Oh, so you felt something too?
And she's just gonna very like kind of walk backwards with her arms still out. So if like Braun, she's gonna push you. I don't know if you're gonna move.
How tall is she?
She's like 6'4".
Damn it!
And plus, not including horns.
Can I try to like look around her and make a perception check?
I mean, you guys are friendly. If you want to like squeeze past her to get in front,
Yeah,
you can
she's
like
not going to prevent you from squeezing past, but she is going to start walking back and pushing Bronze.
just move your tile where you want to be standing when you make your check.
Like here-ish. Like I don't want to step out into the main hall, but I want to like peek around her and like take a quick gander.
Yeah.
Okay, so from there you're like you can probably see this like exit way. You can see like the ledge of the crevice. You'd be able to see the bridge and like part of this pillar. But you know you'd lose basically this whole like you
Right.
wouldn't be able to see any of that. Okay, great. Go ahead and roll your perception check.
Ah, shit.
Just like to make sure
Not-
parameters are clear before we roll the dice.
Not great. Let's see. Oh, I forgot I have a good perception. 14.
14.
Pablo's a half elf, right?
Yes.
Okay.
14 is enough for Pabu to catch just like you know, as he's scanning, he like catches this, this entryway. You know, he's looking as he kind of like pokes his face into the space. That like stench of decay like hits him that exists in this space, and he's like in the process of recoiling from that stench, and he can't tell what. But he swears he sees a little bit of movement, like 15 feet up this pillar, as something scurries out of view.
Faye is gonna kind of
Hold
look
on, hey,
at Pabu.
this is Pabu's check.
Oh,
I want to
sorry.
give Pabu an opportunity to respond to react to his own check.
Guys, did you see that over here by the pillar? Did you see that?
Can Bronze make a check for that?
She can make a check, but your DM will tell you that whatever it is gone now, so you won't be able to see anything. But
like it.
But Feyarath has her arms out, and she's like moving Bronze back, and both of their attention is kind of on the space behind them where they're moving. And Pabu, makes this announcement. Oh, did you guys see that? And you guys both like flip around and look, and just see the big cavern space in front of you. Nothing distinct or specific.
Faye is gonna look towards Pabu and ask him in Elven if he speaks Elven.
Do I? I do speak Elven.
Okay, and I'm guessing Pabu responds that he does.
I think I'll like cock an eyebrow and in Elven with some trying to mask my not fear but unease with a little bit of sarcasm in Elven will respond with something along the lines of that's a little presumptuous, wouldn't you say?
Faye's gonna just kind of roll her eyes, and it's just going to be like, besides and the crawling, what did you see? Did you see sense anything else?
Just a shadow, and I'm going back to common because I want to make sure that Bronze is in the know on all this shit. Just a shadowy figure for a second and a half over in that direction, but mixed with just this feeling I've had for the last like 10 minutes or so. I don't like. I think we need to leave. We need to get out of here.
Faye's gonna look at Bronze and is just gonna ask him, what can you speak?
Orc and Dwarven.
But not common.
He's gonna look back at Pabu and go, what about you?
Common and Elven.
And she's just gonna look at both of them just in common in this case, since there's no shared languages. Someone's watching us. And she's gonna say, like, if you saw something over on a pillar, it's probably watching us right now.
I think it would behoove us to just make a mad dash for the back.
She's gonna look at Pabu and go, probably. But what would be watching us in here that's not humanoid? What would they have in here? Do you know?
Pabu has no idea.
She's gonna look at Bronze and go, what about you? Any ideas?
Bronze, before you have an opportunity to respond to that, you hear, Feorath ask you, what else do you think it could be? And then you hear something else.
Oh.
And echoing off of the inside of your own skull, you hear a voice, a sinister voice. And it, starts off very quietly but distinct as, as your own thoughts are. And it says, Hans is dead. You let him die.
Just to double check, who is dead?
Hans, your brother.
Oh. Hans. I did not let him die. And I don't know what the hell you are.
Are you saying this or thinking this?
Thinking this.
Okay. And so, in response to your question, Faye, Hans stops and he, furrows his brow like he's focusing, concentrating on something for a minute, and a few seconds go by. and then he comes back to you, and he's back in this moment again. After a few moments of silence, and
Son of a bitch.
And Bronze, if you would roll me a
Don't do it. Abstain.
wisdom save, please.
Don't do it.
Are we gonna get attacked by like a mind flayer or some shit?
Hey, at least wisdom has a +3.
Hey,
so.
That's a good thing, yeah.
Just means you're gonna roll a 5.
Oh, nat 20.
Yeah.
23.
Right. Then all that roll was to remember the conversation before. So you come back to this moment. You remember that Faye was asking you if there were any other details that you had or could remember about this thing. But you snap back and you're like immediately present again in the moment, not shaken at all.
And I remember what happened right now.
Oh yeah, clear as day. I mean, it all just happened in the same second, just right before.
Okay. Well, through first-hand experience right now, something's in my head. So we need to get the hell out of here.
Book it. Go.
Booking it, can I make like a knowledge check of some site?
What are you trying to knowledge check? What do you
think of what like a dungeoneering to try to see like what kind of creatures invade people's minds?
45. 50.
Sure.
Okay. Let me roll.
What's my movement? 60. I want to dash.
What's 16 plus 12?
So that's enough for you to recall illithids, mind flayers, like you were just discussing. There are intellect devourers. You remember that there are Nothics and Flumphs, which both maintain telepathic bonds. There's a whole litany of creatures basically which could have caused this, and without seeing it, or experiencing it yourself, you know, Feyarath knows of the half dozen different creatures that could invade a mind, but doesn't have enough information to know which this is.
Okay. Okay, let's haul ass, everyone.
I already dashed.
You done did your Scooby Doo
1,
run?
2, 3.
Diggity, 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 diggity.
Oh, out of curiosity, when you guys go into the private mode, can the stream still hear you guys?
Yeah, the stream can hear what I can hear. So whatever channel I'm in is the one that the
Okay.
stream is listening to.
Also,
Wasn't
if
sure
you
if
have
it was going to hear us.
No, yeah, it follows me because it's basically whatever audio comes into my headphones is what will ultimately show up on the stream.
Is that
See,
a water skin?
It is a water skin. That's exactly what
That's
that is.
Nice.
Why carry a water bottle around at the Renaissance Fair if you can carry a water skin?
True.
I am so fucking ready for this. And then I got asked by work to represent them at a local festival, the Butterfield Stagecoach Days. So I'm gonna get to like buy another outfit and dress up as a stagecoach messenger, aka the guy with the shotgun who like guards the lockbox on the long, wagon rides and shit, and like teach fourth graders about what that shit was like. So that's
And
Damn, Dave, you
because work asked you to do it, it's a write-off.
yeah, and I get paid for my time out there, so it's a win-win.
You gonna get some pimping costumes?
I am, and I'm gonna take the because we have an old coach gun down at the museum, so I'm gonna take that just down with me and have that be part of my costume. So
Yeah.
I
We
am.
got me and Andreas got lucky because his boss, my cousin Eugene, they go every year and sometimes are a part of the Renaissance Fair. So we get
Nice.
borrowed costumes.
Oh, sweet.
Like, yeah, it worked out good.
Super cool. Yeah, I invested in a costume because I figured I would wear it twice a week on stream also. So well worth the investment there. Not just a couple times a year at the Renaissance Fair.
Not.
So, fuck yeah. Okay, okay, so you guys are booking. You guys are all running across those bridges. Give me just a second to confirm that you can do that and there's not like a consequence for just dipping over the bridge at full fucking speed.
That's where we get asked how much we each weigh.
Oh, 6666. So, Pabu, since you were the first one across, you get to the middle of that bridge, my friend,
I sure do.
and it fucking collapses. It
Shit.
will not support your weight, and it, you know, and your party members, hot on your heels, hear this, sound of the rope stretching and snapping, and then wood planks clink clink hitting the bottom of the crevasse. I actually need Feyroth.
Can I roll a reflex save to try to like grab one half of the bridge or to like jump to one side or the other?
I will give it to you to grab one half of the bridge. You will still take half damage as it, like, pendulums you into the side.
Right.
Yeah. Go ahead and reflex save for half damage. I also need a reflex save from the other two as to stop yourselves moving at full speed. You were all running out of this space to see if you can bring yourself to a Looney Tunes stop right at the edge of the crevasse.
Why is everything rolling like dog shit tonight already?
What kind of reflex save?
Reflex save. Mm-hmm.
15.
Ooh, 6.
I got a
It's
10.
gonna pinball into the crevice.
Pabu, you are going to take full fall damage at 6 as you grasp desperately onto one of the planks, and you actually do manage to grab one of the planks, but as it slams against the side of the wall, the plank knocks loose and you fall the remainder of the way to the bottom of the 20-foot crevasse. Feyroth, you're able to stop yourself, and even despite Hans bumping into you from behind, you're able to move your body to the side and allow him to fall past you. And Bronze, you are taking 4 fall damage as you land closer to your feet. at the bottom, but you and Pavu are both now at the bottom of this 20-foot crevasse. Fearoth, you are still on top, standing where the bridge used to start.
Is this like the crevice? Is it made of like dirt and rock and stuff?
Yeah, it's like all rock and dirt. From up
She's
here.
gonna look towards. Yeah, she's gonna look at Pabu and go, "Can you get yourself out?"
I sure can.
And with that, I'm assuming Pabu said that.
Yeah.
Okay, she's gonna just start walking this way then.
Well, I can get myself out. That doesn't necessarily mean I can get him out. I can try, but I don't know if I can.
Up at you, Faye, as you're walking away.
And she's just gonna sigh, and it's just like.
Bron's just like every dwarf for himself. Then is like he grabs like a smaller, like a I don't know, like a little climbing pick or something, and like starts like climbing out.
Do you have a climbing pick?
Do I need a climbing pick?
You don't need a climbing pick, but you will need to succeed on either a climb or an acrobatics check to get out of this crevasse.
Well, but real quick, I have a thing that literally lets me. I have a climbing speed equal to my movement speed.
Because because it's all earth. I got you. You're solid.
Yeah. Specifically in this situation because of my bullshit.
Yeah.
Therefore, how much does bronze weigh?
With all of his armor and weapons and gear, probably 300 or 400 pounds.
Well, do you have rope?
Yeah, I have rope.
Can you put all your shit in your bag, tie the rope to it, and just hold the rope while I lift you up? While I try to climb you out?
Yeah, fine.
In that case, Pablo can still take his choice, but the assistance roll from Bronze will need to be a climb check. So both of you guys can make your checks now.
So mine would be a strength check since I just have a climb speed.
Yeah, yours would be a strength check. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Put it down.
Climb 12.
12. Okay. He's at least not working against you, Pabu.
Oh my god.
Not one?
No. I haven't rolled above a 7 all night. That was a 3 on the dice. What'd I say? Check. So that's a 6 strength check.
Nice. A 6.
No, it's not. It's not nice, Dave.
Bronze, you watch as Pabu is like, he's like taking his toes and he's like kicking them into the side of the mountain, and you're watching as just like the mountain, like looks like it could be made of marshmallow. Like he's just digging his toes just straight into earth, and like pulling you up. And he gets to, the top of his climb, and he starts trying to lift you, and you watch as his feet like slide down, like through the rock, probably like 6-8 inches, and he's not able to get you out of there. Fearoth, where are you ending up? What are you doing? Where are you going?
She stayed right here. She's watching this shit show.
Okay.
No, but
She's waiting for him.
Just get up yourself and, I don't know, kick me out a foothold so I can just rappel myself up or something. Tie myself to a rope and just pull myself out.
Faye's gonna look down at him and just go, "Are you sure you're not too heavy for that?"
Actually, I'm just gonna climb out. That way I can help pull him out.
Okay. Yeah, you can just walk out of there because you've got your earth bullshit. So if you're not trying to carry him or any of his shit, yeah, you can just bloop, show up on the ledge. No big deal.
Yeah, I've got a 30-foot movement speed. Well, I figured I'd end up climbing out. As I want to be over here, but I figured I'd climb over here. That way she could help me pull the rope up.
Okay.
So are you guys both going to try and pull Bronze?
I am.
Can we tie it to anything?
No, my understanding is Bronze used his own rope to tie around his bag so that whoever pulls him out only has to pull Bronze out. And Bronze is going to hold the other side of the rope around his bag so that when he gets to the top, he'll just be able to like pull his bag up. But somebody will still have to pull him up. Pabu's rope is, I don't know, in his hands. Like, I don't know what he's doing, but I think that's the rope he intends to pull Bronze up with, is Pabu's
Okay.
rope.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll wrap my rope around this pillar as a fulcrum,
That's
Okay.
why I
and
want
then
to check. Yeah.
and then
you
toss
gotta-
it down to Bronze.
Great. Please roll me a charisma saving throw.
Oh no! Again, give me a good roll, please. Thank you. That's not great, but it's much better. Charisma. Saving throws. Oh, it would just be a check then, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you just add your charisma on it.
Right. 15.
15, great. In a similar fashion to what I described to Faye not that long ago, you know, get that feeling of eyes on you.
A familiar feeling.
Right, and your eyes like dart up to the corner of this pillar where you previously saw movement, and you don't see anything there. But you, like, the hairs on the back of your neck are standing up. You're like instantly incredibly uncomfortable with where you are.
I'm
right
actively avoiding looking up, like kind of like after you watch a scary movie and you're just like avoiding mirrors, dark corners, and everything.
now.
I'm keeping my eyesight trained on Bronze. I'm looking down as I walk around the pillar to tie up the fulcrum. I look at Bronze, toss the rope, and say, "Get the fuck up here now!"
Bronze is just like shimming his way up.
Go ahead and roll me another climb check, Bronze.
Oh fuck.
Can I give him the help action since I'm like also pulling the rope?
Yeah, I will say absolutely. Bronze, go ahead and make that roll with advantage.
Okay, I was gonna need it because. Okay. 17.
17
Help
is more
action.
than enough to climb out of a 20-foot, crevasse with a rope and help. Pabu is relieved to see, Bronze's head and face, red and blustered as he, climbs to the top of this. Now, Bronze, your stuff is still on the bottom of this crevasse.
Yeah, I'm gonna let go of my rope. I'm gonna let go of one end of it. I'm gonna roll it up real quick, put it back on my hip, and I'm gonna try to help Bronze lift his shit up so we can get out of here quicker.
Okay, sounds good. And that's just a bag of stuff, so that just takes you guys some time. Fearoth, you are still just watching all this go down?
Of course. Why help?
What's that?
I'll help.
You'll help?
I'll help.
Cool, great.
At this point, she's just kind of like, what the fuck?
Also, please roll me a charisma check.
Will do.
Don't do it.
Oh, I burped. Oh, it wasn't a good burp.
No. Oh, okay.
I rolled a 10, so a 9. It ain't good.
Uh,
I need you. Well, actually, hold on.
To tap dance.
I need you to tell me something deeply personal about your character.
Okay, like what kind of personal?
I mean, take your pick, but something that maybe you haven't told these guys yet. Something you definitely wouldn't tell a stranger. It could
Like
be like an.
upsetting from her past?
What's that?
Something upsetting from her past?
Yeah. I mean, upsetting would probably be best. Yeah.
Okay. Well, for like Faye, her whole thing is like tiefling stuff.
Right.
Kind of the idea was like, basing off of like, how they're like the whole, oh, what do you call them? I forget what you call them in Pathfinder, but the demons who are considered like once somewhat like worship things, but not anymore. Coming from that kind of a thing, being raised in like a cult like fashion, that's how her birth ended up happening. Her mom and her getting out of that, mom taking her away from that, and then her mother dying because she was sickly and stuff, and just like, ending up back in that thing of being like constantly observed as not a deity, but like constantly observed because you're related to something like that within a cult situation, and having that feeling of never being able to like separate yourself from that. Like that being is now you are that being kind of thing.
Okay. So then, as you feel that presence of those eyes on you once more. You feel something break in your mind. A small fracture, a crevice, but just enough for something to get in or something to get out. And shortly thereafter, there's a voice in your head um, that sinister, quiet but distinct, and it rings out. With those horns, they will always see you as the spawn of evil you are.
Do I respond to this?
It's up to you.
I don't think she would.
Okay.
She'd
Then,
just be like around and thing.
okay.
So I'm just
Great.
there. He is.
So you guys have at this point pulled up Bronze's gear, and you guys Pabu and Bronze are turning to like look at Fearoth for the first time in this like process. But you guys are all like up on this ledge with all your shit, more or less ready. What would you guys like to do now?
I'm going to book at this. Oh shit. Actually, this is a shorter jump. I'm gonna jump past Bronze and try to jump over this crevasse.
Yeah, it's about 10 feet across, which if all of you guys have standard strength checks, then basically I need you to roll a nat 20, but anything outside of a natural 1 will get you over this crevasse.
Oh, does Faye remember the conversation we just had?
Yeah, well, yeah, it literally just happened. It's just
Okay.
internal thing and not an external thing.
Strength or dexterity?
It doesn't matter because you're just trying not to get a 1.
Okay.
I got a 15.
Yeah.
LeBron's gonna do the same. Oh, he rolled a 2.
Well, 2 is still not a nat 1. So when you add your what out of curiosity, because what's your strength stat?
+4.
So that means it's 18.
Yeah, 18.
Yeah, so I mean, you are strong enough to just jump over this. Short of losing your footing and a critical failure, you will always get over this crevice. Faye, I'm assuming you did not roll a natural 1?
No, I rolled an 8.
Great. Then you guys are all on the other side of the crevice. Are you still booking?
I dashed.
Cool.
My movement. Oh, that wasn't a dash. My movement will take me to like here.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and DM you guys a little bit. And as you run down this chamber, through the secret door, past the corpses in this entryway, the small cistern, of still water, and the few barrels that are here, you climb up the stairs and out of this place and find yourself, back on the, the hilltop manor of Van Dalen. What the fuck is it called?
Oh my god, I just noticed something.
The Tressendar Manor. You guys are like up on this hill looking over Van Dalen. You've made it out of the settlers and you're all standing there together. What would you like to do?
This is off topic, but our color schemes were the Powerpuff Girls.
What?
We're the Powerpuff Girls, because Pabu's green, Faye is blue, and Bronze is kind of reddish. We're the Powerpuff Girls.
I mean, Bronze is ginger, not red.
Yeah, but like whatever cherry blossom bitch name, whatever it was, ginger.
Cherry blossom bitch, whatever.
Her name is Blossom. You put some goddamn respect on her name.
You want to know whose name I'm putting respect on? Bubbles. That's it.
Fuck Bubbles. Bubbles is only good in one episode, and that's when she gets a temper tantrum.
The Bubbles is the baddest of the bitches.
Only when she throws a temper tantrum.
Yeah. Also, because in this analogy, Faye's technically Bubbles at the moment. What was the other one?
Faye is definitely Buttercup.
Yeah. Freaking it lines up, except Pabu and like Faye would switch. I think.
Yeah,
Pabu
pretty much. Bronze is definitely the most level-headed of the two of us.
Yeah, definitely awesome. But then who's the sexy secretary?
That's your DM, Dave.
I was gonna say it's definitely the. Actually, wait a minute. Does the mayor have a secretary? Because the mayor is definitely the mayor.
Yeah, who's on? What's her name? Miss something. No, what's the sexy secretary's name? Miss what?
Miss Bellum.
Miss Bellum. Who's Miss Bellum? Wait, are you the doctor who created us?
I could be.
Yes. Professor Utonium.
Sugar, spice,
Man.
and a little too much free time.
I'll run a modern Powerpuff Girls one shot for you guys one day.
Yo, I'd be so fucking down.
That'll be fun.
I don't know how that would work, but I would be so fucking down.
I'd make you guys pick classes from D&D, and we just reflavor everything for the power. We'd give everybody like fly speed, and
Oh my God, what
Would we play as little girls?
I mean, you would play as the Powerpuff. I mean, unless you think it'd be more fun to play as something else, but yeah, I mean.
No, I
otherwise-
want to
We-
play as the little girls. I want us
we
to have
could be the Rowdy Rough Boys.
no. Powerpuff Girls is better.
All right. I mean, I got a back burner that. I got multiple campaigns I'm running every week and stuff. But I'll start now that I've had the idea. When I get an idea relating to that, I'll write it down in my notebook, and eventually I'll have a whole adventure. So.
We'll be the whoop ass girls.
We've got to get more Chemical X. That's the whole mission.
It's like heroin to us. It's oh my god.
Guys, you're gonna start taking minuses. You're starting to get minuses to your stats.
I know. I start handing out levels of exhaustion every hour that you don't get more.
We start itching. We feel it under our skin. It's just we need it.
I know. At some point, you guys are like making your way through town. You're like flying like jagged lines, like crashing into shit, and people are like looking at you. You got like bags under your eyes, and you're just like scratching at yourself as you're flying through.
What the fuck are you looking at? Flies away.
Oh gosh.
You guys are like literally shaking down anybody who might have some of the shit. You're like, you gotta even like picking them up, like flying them up in the air, like Batman style, turning them upside down, dropping them. Fucking.
I love it.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Love it.
This is great. I will refer to this video later. I would clip this, but it's like too long for a clip. It's like a whole bit. I mean, it's like a 5-minute Powerpuff
It's
video.
worth it, Dave.
I'll have to go in and figure out what the timestamp is and make it happen. Okay, so back to our present predicament. You guys are showing up at the top near Tresidor Manor, which I will remind you, I have DM'd you. You started at the Sleeping Giant and then, went down into the Sleeping Giant, but I should have had you come up to this manor first. So I'm getting us all back on track, and as you come out of the cellar, you're up at the manor on the hilltop. What would you guys like to do?
DM information, since I messed up here. Do we know anything about the manor? Like, we would have been told anything about it?
No, presumably you followed a Redbrand up here, and just knew that they were coming and going from this place.
I mean, I think I'm the only one that entered through the manor, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, they entered through the Sleeping Giant. I just kind of retconned their shit to keep it all consistent, to say they ended up at the manor.
There was an oopsie, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I figured that I wouldn't have found the same secret tunnel bullshit, and I just went straight to the manor and found blood everywhere and followed it.
Yeah, just followed in their wake, probably accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, Faye's just gonna, put her longbow back around her and just, I need a drink, and it's just gonna start walking, looking for a tavern.
I'm going to the inn.
Do you think they'll miss the manor? We could probably burn it or something.
Oh, that's a good idea. We should burn whatever the fuck is down there. I don't like it. Scary.
Faye's just gonna keep walking.
Can I roll an investigation check to find support beams?
Yeah, sure.
God fucking damn it, another 3!
Yeah, I don't know if it's an investigation in Pathfinder. It's probably just a straight intelligence check.
Yeah.
You might want to switch your dice out,
Well, intelligence would be a 2. Perception would be a 9. So I
take
don't.
Your perception. You're looking with your eyeballs, so you can use perception. That's fine.
It's still a 9. Or no, it's a 10. Excuse me. I still don't fucking find.
You find one. You find a support beam. You're like, yeah. You like, hit it. You're all, this is load bearing, and because the first one you hit, you're all boop, and it just like fell over,
Yeah.
and you're like, no, this isn't it. And then you like walk to another one, gluck. You're like, aha, yeah, I got one.
Sick. I wanted to knock over the support beams and collapse the whole fucking house, but that didn't happen.
No, it did not.
Well, that would have been cool.
I don't
You
have
think we can
fire.
maybe come back to it with after a drink? Everyone always thinks better after they drink something.
You know what? You've got a point. I spin on my heel and follow Faye to the Stonehill Inn.
Okay, great. As you guys approach the Stonehill Inn, you guys walk past the Sleeping Giant where you had the interaction, or rather where Faye and Bronze had the interaction with the first few guards, and this, of course, the Sleeping Giant is where Pabu found the first of the corpses as he was looking for his companions. You guys end up standing outside of the Stonehill Inn, which is a large, newly built roadhouse of fieldstone and rough-hewn timbers. There's a common room which is filled with locals nursing mugs of either ale or cider. And every time you guys have been in here, they have definitely eyed you curiously. But at this point, as you guys are coming through, it's almost like the people are starting to become like more familiar with you. They don't linger as long. They don't. You're like losing your luster, so to speak, and they're not as like fascinated with you. And Mr. fucking Barthen? Is that no? That's Barthen's Provisions. Toblin Stonehill is still behind the counter, and he sees you guys come through and waves you over and says, I'll be with you in just a minute. He's obviously very busy with the other patrons, and you guys have probably a minute or two to get yourself settled before he's going to have time to get to you.
With Faye having her experience, you know how like when she had done her roll for the knowledge check, without having personal experience with what the creature was, she couldn't identify it. Could she now?
What new information did she get about the creature?
Well, you had said